Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American currency, the 1985 USA 1-cent penny. At first glance, this penny may seem ordinary, but we're about to reveal some intriguing details about its history, design, and value in today's coin market. Stick with us until the end, where we'll reveal just how much a rare 1985 penny can be worth. To understand the significance of the 1985 penny, let's look at some historical context. This coin was minted in an era when the U.S. was refining the production processes for circulating coins. The penny was originally made from copper, but, due to rising metal costs, a major change happened in 1982. From then onward, pennies were mostly composed of zinc with a thin copper coating. The 1985 penny continued this trend, marking it as part of the newer, cost-effective production approach that the U.S. Mint adopted. The design of the penny itself, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, hadn't changed in several decades. Introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner, this design commemorates Lincoln's legacy as a unifying and visionary leader. The 1985 penny represents a continuation of this respect for American history and ideals. Now, let's focus on the penny's design. On the obverse side, we have the well-known image of Lincoln facing right, a design which has endured for over a century. It's simple, yet iconic, showing Lincoln in a thoughtful pose. His image on the penny is not just about honoring a president but symbolizes integrity, leadership, and unity. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparro introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side ties the coin back to the themes of remembrance and respect for one of America's most revered leaders. If you look closely, you can even see a small engraving of Lincoln inside the memorial's columns, a detail that many people overlook. One interesting fact about the 1985 penny is its material composition. While it may look like solid copper, it's actually composed primarily of zinc, with a thin copper plating. This change in composition affected both the look and the weight of the penny slightly. When you compare pre-1982 pennies to those made after, there's a noticeable difference in weight due to the change in metal. The penny was minted in several locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia's pennies from this year bear no mint mark, while Denver's carry the familiar D, and San Francisco's proofs have an S. These mint marks can make a big difference in value, especially for collectors seeking rare or high-grade coins. While millions of pennies were minted in 1985, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition can be a challenge. Due to the penny's role as a high-circulation coin, most 1985 pennies show signs of wear. For collectors, the condition is critical. Pennies in near-mint condition can fetch a premium due to their rarity. Grading is essential for assessing a penny's worth. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC, especially those in high grades like MS-67 or MS-68, are highly valued by collectors. A 1985 penny in flawless, uncirculated condition can be quite the catch for a numismatist. So, what factors make a 1985 penny valuable? Besides the obvious factors like mint location and condition, unusual features like errors can greatly impact value. Common types of errors include mistrikes, doubling, or off-center strikes. Some 1985 pennies with noticeable minting errors are highly prized due to their rarity. Proof pennies minted in San Francisco, particularly in pristine condition, are another category collectors seek. Proof coins are generally struck with higher precision and detail, making them stand out compared to standard circulation coins. Did you know that in the 1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies each year to meet the demand for small change? The penny has consistently been one of the most widely produced coins, despite its low monetary value. Many argue that the cost of producing the penny exceeds its face value, which has sparked debates about whether the U.S. should continue minting pennies at all. The 1985 penny, despite being a minor denomination, serves as a historical reminder of both economic strategies and the importance of legacy. Collectors often see it as more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history and a symbol of perseverance. So, after exploring all these fascinating aspects of the 1985 penny, let's talk about its potential value. For those who are lucky enough to own a high-grade, uncirculated 1985 penny, the potential price might surprise you. Some rare examples, especially those with errors or unique features, have sold for significant sums. And for the best finds? These exceptional coins can be worth up to $133,000 if you're a fan of coin collecting, American history, or just enjoy learning about the stories behind everyday items, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. The second expensive coin of American currency, the 1978 USA 1-cent coin. Though it might look like just another penny in your change jar, this coin has a unique history, and for collectors, it holds some serious value. Stay with us as we dive into the fascinating details of this 1-cent coin from 1978, and stick around until the end to find out just how much it could be worth. To understand the significance of the 1978 penny, let's start with a bit of context. The 1970s were an era of economic change in the US, and coins were no exception. Minted during a period of inflation and high demand for small-denomination coins, this penny represents an era when every penny counted. By 1978, the U.S. Mint was already facing the increasing cost of producing pennies, which would ultimately lead to changes in the coin's metal composition a few years later. Back in 1909, Victor David Brenner designed the original Lincoln penny to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. His portrait has been on the penny ever since, making it one of the most recognized coins in American history. The 1978 penny continues this legacy, preserving Brenner's simple, dignified depiction of Lincoln that is instantly recognizable to us all. Now let's look at the design elements that make this coin unique. On the obverse side, we see the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word liberty to his left. Above him is the phrase, "In God We Trust," while the year 1978 appears to the right. This design has remained largely unchanged over the years, creating a sense of continuity and tradition. The reverse side of the 1978 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro and introduced in 1959. This change from the original wheat ear design was intended to celebrate Lincoln's enduring legacy. The detailed depiction of the Lincoln Memorial is a beautiful tribute to the great emancipator and also symbolizes unity and resilience. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a remarkable detail for such a small coin. One fascinating aspect of the 1978 penny is its material composition. Unlike pennies produced after 1982, which are made primarily of zinc with a copper coating, the 1978 penny is 95% copper and 5% zinc. This copper-heavy composition gives it a weightier feel compared to modern pennies and makes it a favorite among collectors who appreciate classic coins. This was one of the last years before the U.S. Mint changed the penny's composition due to the rising cost of copper. Today, copper's value has continued to climb, and coins made of solid copper are even more appealing to collectors. This gives the 1978 penny both a historical and material significance. The 1978 penny was minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. You can tell where a penny was minted by looking for the mint mark, which is located just below the year. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while coins from Denver have a small D under the date. The mint mark can play an important role in a coin's value. While pennies from both mints are readily available, high-quality, uncirculated examples are harder to come by. A Denver Mint 1978 penny in pristine condition might be slightly more sought after by collectors, particularly if it has unusual features or errors. Why would a 1978 penny be valuable to collectors? Primarily, it's about condition, rarity, and any unique characteristics the coin may have. While millions of these pennies were produced, finding one in near-perfect, uncirculated condition can be challenging due to their extensive circulation. Coin grading is crucial for collectors and can impact a penny's value significantly. Coins graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC receive ratings based on their condition, with uncirculated coins at the top end of the scale. A 1978 penny that's been graded MS 67 or higher is rare and can be worth far more than its face value. Another element that can increase a coin's value is any error or variation in the minting process. Some 1978 pennies have been found with misstrikes, doubling on the lettering or date, or off-center errors. These types of errors are rare and highly collectible, making them worth significantly more to collectors. In addition to errors, some collectors seek specific varieties of the 1978 penny. For example, pennies with strong, clear strikes and no blemishes are rarer finds in circulated coins. If you're able to find one in nearly perfect condition with an interesting error, it could be a great addition to your collection. The value of a 1978 penny varies based on several factors: condition, mint mark, errors, and current collector demand. Although the average 1978 penny is worth only its face value, uncirculated coins in high grades are worth considerably more. Market trends have shown increased interest in copper pennies, as copper itself has become more valuable. This collector interest, coupled with the historical appeal of copper pennies, has kept coins like the 1978 penny relevant and sought after. High-grade examples can fetch higher prices at auction, and if you're lucky enough to have one with an error, its value can skyrocket. Collecting pennies may not seem as exciting as other coins at first glance, but it's a rewarding hobby that teaches you about history, design, and the evolution of currency. Pennies are also accessible, making them a perfect starting point for new collectors. Many collectors began with pennies before moving on to higher denominations, so there's a nostalgic quality to collecting coins like the 1978 penny. Each coin is a little piece of American history, telling a story of the economy, political changes, and even technological advancements in minting. The 1978 penny is no exception. It's a small yet significant reminder of an era when copper was still affordable and pennies were made to last. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. After exploring all the fascinating details of the 1978 penny, it's time to discuss its potential value. For collectors lucky enough to own a flawless, uncirculated 1978 penny, particularly one with a unique error, the market can offer impressive returns. In fact, some rare examples of this penny have sold for as much as $143,000. If you're passionate about coin collecting, historical currency, or learning about the hidden stories behind everyday items, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. In the last but not least we will talk about the USA 1-cent coin from 1974. This small coin has a rich history and unique features that set it apart. From its design and metal composition to potential minting errors, this penny is highly regarded among collectors. And for those looking to understand its real value, stay tuned till the end, its worth might surprise you. The 1974 penny comes from a unique period in American history. In the early 1970s, the U.S. was dealing with economic challenges and rapid changes in the value of metals. While the penny had long been made primarily of copper, rising metal prices caused the U.S. Mint to consider alternative materials. Just 1 year later, in 1975, the Mint would start exploring different metal compositions to keep production costs low, leading to the zinc-coated coins of the 1980s. So, the 1974 penny stands as one of the last years of the classic copper-heavy penny, a true piece of currency history that collectors value highly. Next, let's talk about the design of the 1974 penny. Like many American pennies, this coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has been used since 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's centennial and has become an enduring image in American coinage. The 1974 penny also includes the words, "In God We Trust," above Lincoln's head and "Liberty" to his left. The date, 1974, appears to his right. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Gasparro. This tribute to Lincoln's legacy replaced the original wheat ears on the reverse in 1959 and has been a familiar sight ever since. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1974 penny is its copper composition. This coin is 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a weighty feel compared to modern pennies. In the years following, copper's price increased significantly, which led to changes in the penny's material in 1982, when the mint switched to a predominantly zinc composition with just a thin copper coating. This heavier copper composition makes the 1974 penny feel different from those minted after 1982, and that weightiness has a nostalgic appeal for collectors. It's a tangible reminder of the days when copper was still affordable for the U.S. Mint to use in coins. Let's talk about mint marks. The 1974 penny was produced at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver have a small D under the date. San Francisco pennies, often reserved for proof sets, are marked with an S. Each mint has its unique characteristics, and the coin's origin can affect their value. While Philadelphia and Denver 1974 pennies are commonly found, those from San Francisco tend to be rarer, especially in uncirculated condition. If you come across a 1974 penny with an S mint mark in great condition, you may have a highly desirable coin. One of the biggest factors in determining the value of a 1974 penny is its grade. Professional grading agencies like PCGS and NGC grade coins based on their condition, and the grading scale can dramatically impact a coin's value. For example, a 1974 penny in mint state, MS, condition could be worth much more than a circulated penny, particularly if it has an MS 65 grade or higher. Uncirculated or near-perfect pennies are rare because most 1974 pennies were actively circulated. Finding one in pristine condition requires some luck, but it's also what makes collecting these coins so exciting. Higher-grade 1974 pennies are becoming increasingly valuable, especially if they have an S mint mark. Another exciting aspect for collectors is the possibility of minting errors. Some 1974 pennies have been found with interesting errors, such as off-center strikes, double die errors, or even striking anomalies. Coins with these errors are rare and can add significantly to a penny's value. For example, a 1974 penny with a visible doubling on the date or lettering is considered rare and can attract high bids at auction. Collectors love these unique coins because they offer a glimpse into the coin minting process and make each piece distinct. So, why is the 1974 penny popular among collectors? Its unique place in history as one of the last years of copper-heavy pennies gives it historical and nostalgic appeal. Additionally, the demand for classic copper pennies has been rising, as the value of copper itself has increased over the years. Even though millions of 1974 pennies were minted, high-quality examples are much rarer today. This scarcity, combined with collector demand, has driven up the value of these pennies on the market. Coins from 1974, especially those with errors or high grades, continue to attract buyers at coin shows and online auctions. Collecting pennies might seem simple, but it's a deeply rewarding hobby that connects people to American history and coin design. Pennies are accessible for beginner collectors, and they're also valuable pieces of history that many find meaningful to collect. The 1974 penny is an ideal example of how a seemingly small coin can hold so much value and significance. Whether you're just starting out or already a seasoned collector, these pennies offer a glimpse into the past and reflect the artistry of American currency. And now, the big reveal. After looking at all these fascinating aspects of the 1974 penny, from its design and composition to its errors and market trends, you may be wondering just how valuable this little coin can be. While most circulated 1974 pennies are worth only their face value, a rare, uncirculated example in pristine condition with a unique error could be worth as much as $151,000. Thank you all for joining me in this deep dive into the 1974 USA penny. Coins like these remind us that even the smallest objects in our lives can hold incredible stories and value. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comments which coins you'd like to see next. Until next time, keep collecting and exploring.